what we did here was, in the example that we've done a lot of stuff here, but the one example I want to go over today, because it's illustrative of a lot of these points, is the advanced lung reflex that we implemented. And what the advanced lung reflex is it empowers the anatomic pathologist at the time of morphologic diagnosis of non-small cell lung cancer or carcinoma, can't exclude lungs. So you really have a high suspicion it's lung cancer, non-small cell lung cancer. At that point in time, the anatomic pathologist is empowered to place an order or place this reflex, just like they would an immunohistochemistry stain, which then kicks off both PD-L1, which is an immunohistochemistry. It's done in a very different place than molecular. And then also downstream of that, do the genomic analysis. And so what we did was we said, okay, as a transdisciplinary team here, it's the right thing to be doing these things on these advanced stage lung cancers, right? Yes. So we all agreed that this needed to be done. And who was going to be the champion of this? Me, the genomic medicine group. We feel like that's part of our service to the organization. And so, we went through working through compliance to make sure it wasn't seen as a self-referral. Because of that transdisciplinary vote coming from the clinician, the clinical team taking care of these patients, that worked really well with us here. And then we basically took into account that specimen journey, the key stakeholders, the different processes at each step, and said, okay, let's create a process that doesn't alter what they're doing, but then makes it easy for the pathologist to just work it into their workflow. They know how to order immunohistochemistry stains. So they just press, they learned, okay, we need to do this. And I know when I have a lung cancer, a non-small cell lung cancer, as an anatomic pathologist, I get to place this advanced lung reflex, and it's part of my workflow naturally. And so built into this, once that kicks off, there is specimen tracking that's built in. And once we get the tissue, after PD-L1 is successfully accomplished, because that requires formalin-fixed paraffin-embedded tissue, we can use FFPE tissue and all cyto preparations that we do here. That's very helpful if you haven't done it to do that, because it gives you more freedom with sample that would otherwise not be used, good sample. So we then start working through the case. We assess it to make sure that it's appropriate for use. And as we move through our processes in genomic medicine, we're able to update the system so that clinicians can basically see and they know when to anticipate a final result on a case. We also have built out the EHR so that we're no longer just plopping our reports into this scanned media section of the EHR. We actually have a place where they file and they're visible and it's labeled molecular pathology, and that was a huge win.